Hello, welcome to Dear Love Talk, the part of the program where we love to hear from you. Get in touch, send us your questions to questions@lovetalkshow.tv or via our Facebook page. Let's go straight to the first question from someone who wanted to remain anonymous. And I think it's a she. She says, I've been in a relationship for 7 years with someone who is younger than me. I'm 54 and he's 29 years old. We get on really well, but at times we argue because he still wants to live a life of a single person. He likes to party and I'm not really into that sort of thing. I sometimes doubt whether or what he gets up to in that party life since I don't accompany him, but it reassures me that he does nothing wrong. How can I make our relationship better? To be honest with you, I don't know if you can, because you have to be realistic that you may be just worlds apart. I mean, you're 54, he's 29, you have different priorities, and forgive me for being so honest, but perhaps at 54, you are now making some kind of plans for retirement. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. Most people, when they get to that age, they start thinking about retirement. Yeah. What am I going to do? How much money will I have saved up?
Settling down.
I should have hoped that people start thinking about settling down a lot earlier than that. But I think you have a huge difference in terms of your mentality, what you want out of life. You've had a run of 7 years. And I think you have to be honest with yourself. It may be that you're just worlds apart when it comes to priorities and what you want out of life.
And also, you are from different generations. This is important because being 30 years old, pardon me, being 30 at this time, it's like being 20 compared to a long time ago, if that makes sense. People who are 30 right now, they are not as mature as a 30-year-old of your generation, if that makes sense. So that makes it even more complicated.
And I think it's just that things have changed. You know, 30 years, a person of 30 years ago, some time ago, would be married, would have a home, would have settled down with kids. Now people tend to prioritize careers more.
Fun,
and it takes a lot more time to buy your first house, for example. So things have changed. And I think, unfortunately, we may have to accept that you are just too different. And I know that a lot of people say age is just a number. But in real life, that's not really true. Age makes a huge difference. And it's a decision you have to make. I know we always say this, but we can't decide things for you. However, it seems like things are pointing out to the obvious fact that you're just too different for the relationship to work, unfortunately.
Yeah, indeed. Right, my question, it's from our seminars, Love Talk Live, someone who attends, and it says, after a great disappointment in my previous relationship and having now recovered from it, I am ready to move on. I have been single for 2 years and want to know what is the best way to get back into dating. Now, I'm pretty sure that in 2 years you had plenty of time to think about what happened, which is very good. I think it's a very healthy gap. And you can now know clearer what you want, what you're looking for. And I'm sure that it will be easier for you to find someone, because now it's not just anyone that will do, because you don't want this kind of relationship anymore, you want this. So the best thing to do really is to get yourself involved with groups in your community, things that you like. I don't know if you like sports. I mean, I would say that depending on your interests, you should try to mingle with people that have the same interests as you. For example, if you are someone quite reserved and you are very old-fashioned in a good way, you know, with your morals, you want to, marry, you don't want to keep dating. You want to choose someone and settle down, and then it might not be a good idea to look for someone in certain places where people just want to have fun, for example, and they don't care about commitment. So you need to target specific places where you can go to find people who are like-minded and want the same things in life.
Now, Elena has told you what you can do. Let me tell you what you should not do.
Good point.
Don't go and subscribe to 10 dating websites. Don't go and look for your future partner in a nightclub. Actually, there was a very interesting statistic we have said here on a previous show that I think something like only 4% of people find their life partner at a nightclub. That's relatively low, so I wouldn't go down
take
that
chances.
route. Exactly. So, you know, look for people who are already in your vicinity of people that you know. At work, like Elena said, in places that you already, go to, family, friends.
Exactly, I was going to say that.
And don't worry about this thing of the dating scene. I have to get back into the dating scene. There's no scene. You don't need to, pick and choose like you're at a buffet. Oh, I need to try everything. You need one person, right? And if you, let me just end with this example. I dated someone before I met Elena, right? When that relationship ended because it didn't work, I took some time to think about things, get my head straight. And then there wasn't really anyone that I saw, where I was and with people that I mingled, that I saw was good for me. So what I did is I spoke to a friend who knew some people in different countries and had other friends and so on. And I said, listen, do you think you can
do you know anyone?
Look around and find someone? And then a few weeks later, he came back and said, look, there's this girl, a friend of mine told me about this girl there in Portugal. Yeah, I think you have something in common. Have a chat. And I said, okay, I'll try. And here we are today, 15 and a half years later, right? So I didn't have to be shooting in every direction, trying everything. All you need is to find one good effort, one person that perhaps can make a possible good partner for the future. So that's a good place to start.
Indeed, nothing else to add. And yeah.
So that's it for this week from Dear Love Talk. And if you want to get in touch with us, write to us to our email address, questions@lovetalkshow.tv, or also via our Facebook message. Send us a message on Facebook.
And remember to subscribe.
That's right. Until next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.